Okay, now balls are interesting because they have their standards, and some of those standards have got a bit wonky in recent time. I noticed the Australian balls went out of distribution. Now they've come back again, and then there's the sunshiny, and these are made somewhere else, and these are not a competition ball. They've never been approved and so on. So I'm just using these here today just as a demonstration. It's quite good because there's a bit of variation in them. When you're setting up for a tournament, it's important that you have balls that are of a known size and a known size compared to each other, so that the blue is almost the same size as the red, almost the same size as the black, and almost the same size on the yellow on this lawn. And that's the way the lawns will get set up and the hoops set up, so that everybody playing with the balls, depending on what happens with the toss, is going to have an equal opportunity. So this little fella helps with that. It's got support, soft supports here for the three sides of the ball. It's hard at the bottom so that the ball is rubbing directly on something that's not going to move. There's a little plate here that goes up and down, hinged at this side, and we've got some adjustment for lifting the little gauge up and down. Now, this little gauge I see here is one division is 0.01 of a millimetre. So one of these movements is 100th of a millimetre, so we're getting pretty picky. Now, I'll take this one and we pop it in, and oh, hello, it's hopping around quite a bit, and we notice here, if I just roll it, we can see, whoopsie, I pushed up on it, that wasn't clever. And we can see that the ball is varying. Now, I cheated. Hello, we've got a high spot round about here somewhere, and look at that, it's come round there to 100 and just past the 100 mark, just depending where, ooh, looks like 110. So with my felt pen and a quick stick label, we stick a label on it saying 110, and we just roll it a wee bit towards us and put, oh look, someone's already cheated and put the felt pen mark on it. So we know that that ball across the axis through there, which isn't really a surprise, that's its biggest size, greatest axis size. If it goes some other way, it's slightly narrower. So if you were setting a hoop and using a feeler gauge, you'd have to get that dead right, or it's going to be whoopsie. So we put the first red one there, we grab another red one, and we're setting up all of the red ones for this tournament. And we'll just turn it round, and I'll just sneak my cheek off, and I'll take it round to here, because I did this earlier. And it's just round about there, just coming up, whoa, there to the 90. So I'll just take that, we'll put our 90 on, and oh, there's my wee mark, that's why it jumped back. And it's just there somewhere. Notice how these ball isn't perfectly spherical. Whoa, there she goes. There. And I'll just eyeball that, and there we are. We'll put our mark here. That's where our 90 is. So, having done that with all of the balls, we find that, hello, we've got them in order now, 110, 90 and 40. It doesn't matter what their actual measurement is, it's relative. So we would be wanting to put a blue one that's about 110, a blue one that's about 90, and a blue one that's about 40, then a black one about 40, black one about 90, black 110, and then yellow, yellow, yellow.
Relative sets.
So that you've got relative sets, a set of big ones, set of medium, set of smaller ones. These are quite good because, oh no, that's 70 hundredths of 1 millimetre. So pretty good as practice balls. Now, at competition level, with Peter Freer a while back, we set up for, just before COVID, we set up for the World's Teams event here in Nelson. We had 9 sets of Australian balls, and out of those 9 sets, there were only 2 balls. One was slightly over and one was slightly under, and the rest were within a squillionth, near enough to identical. And so that was really pleasing to see. Some other things you'll find with the ball, sometimes it'll often be on the horizon line where of the equator of a ball, depending how the ball's made. I know that these balls are moulded and then they have the lines machined in afterwards. Other balls are made in silicon moulds, and if there's a bit much resin goes in, then it squishes out somewhere and you'll get a high spot that won't be where you're expecting it. But overall, just saying again, that the mass-produced balls that are made with care and attention are pretty darn good. Out of those 9 sets, there were only 2 balls that were slightly odd, and it was only slightly.
So that was the Dawson balls.
Yes, the Dawson's now Australian balls, yeah. They would have been the new ones from back in 2000. We had the Worlds here about January, February, and then March was lockdown virtually worldwide with COVID. So pretty much up to date.